You see this? You see this? This is the evidence of a mission. This is a wound of battle. And obviously, you need to be watching the video of this podcast, not only hearing the audio to understand what I'm talking about, but for those of you that are only watching or hearing the audio, I am showing a wound, an extreme wound that I have right now in my top of the nose between my eyes. And this wound is the evidence of a mission. And you may ask, oh, Derek, what type of mission was that? That is a very severe wound. That is a very traumatic injury. What type of subreal stuff was you doing in order to, to have that in your face? Well, let me tell you a little bit of the story behind this wound. So a couple of days ago, today's Monday, last Saturday, I was with my wife and with my daughter in my house, and we decided to go to I don't know how to call that in English. In Spanish, it will be like a brinca brinca or un parque de brincos, but in English, maybe like a jumping park or a park that everything basically is a trampoline and you can like boing, 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 jump all over around. So we have a very good park like that near our apartment, and we went there and we basically uh, told our daughter, okay, so this is your day. You will have a lot of fun. And so let's go and let's jump with you. So my daughter was very, very happy. And I was very excited too, because I am I'm a little kid still. I have that inner child in me. Very, very healthy right now in my life after a lot of work. It was not like that before. Before, my inner child was very wounded, but with this personal development work, with a lot of healing, with a lot of self compassion, I have been, you know, healing my inner child. So he was very happy as well. So we went there, and as soon as I got there, I established a definitive mission. So you may say, Derek, what? You was with your wife and your daughter in a jumping park. What type of mission you established? That doesn't make any sense. You are not James Bond. Hey, my friend, that is where you are mistaken. Yes, I know that I am not James Bond, but James Bond, it is not the only one that have missions in life. We all have missions. If we design certain contexts, certain experiences to be like that, to be missions. So in that moment, when I was in the line for that jumping park for the tickets, I established in my mind, okay, this is pretty cool. This is a pretty cool place. Let's make it a mission. So what are the objectives of this mission? I ask myself, because that is one of the elements of establishing a mission, as I will teach you in this podcast. So I say, okay, I have two primary objectives in this jumping park mission. The first primary objective is to make my daughter have fun. That is the primary objective. And yes, my daughter is 3 years old, and 3 years old, they can have fun by themselves. They don't need anyone, but I am her father, and I decided that I wanted to be involved in that experience. And not only involved, I decided that I was on a mission to make fun happen for her, because that is what daddy do, right? If you're a daddy, you know what I'm talking about. And the second objective that I decided in that line was to create fun content for my social media, specifically for my TikTok, because my TikTok is the platform in which I am letting more the fool, the buffoon, the comedian to rise up. Not only the coach, the psychologist, the philosopher. Yeah, in my TikTok I chose some of that also, but it's more like the buffoon. I am more the buffoon there, because I use comedy as a tool to help people get interested in personal development. So I decided to do that. So as soon as I established the mission, I went all in, because as you will learn in this podcast, when you have a mission, you go all in. You don't go partially in. You don't go like, I don't know. No, 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 no. What happened with James Bond if he's like hesitating in his mission? If he needs to take a shot and he doesn't, if he needs to throw a punch and he doesn't, if he hesitates when he needs to jump from a building to another, what happened? He get killed. That is what happened. You cannot hesitate in missions. So as soon as they gave us the tickets and the socks, because in that specific park you need to have specific socks to jump, I went on a mission and I did exactly what I told you that I was about to do. And in the process, I got injured because I was so intense in that park, recording videos, having fun with my daughter, jumping all around, that I obviously got my face matched. I don't know exactly how. I don't even remember. I just I just remember like that I have a little bit of a pain in the area. And then my wife was like, "What the hell is going on with you? You are all bloody." And I'm like, "Well, this is part of being in a mission." And so yeah, mission successful, mission accomplished. So that is like a little bit of a story of that illustrates what we are going to be talking about today, because in life, folks, it's like the Matrix. Yeah. Have you seen that movie, The Matrix? Well, in that movie, in the first one, like the very old one, like I don't know, maybe the 2001 or yeah, 2000 something. In the Matrix, like if you want to become awakened from the Matrix, from the system, right? You need to drink a certain pill, and the guy that is calling you for the adventure, that is inviting you to that space or to that state of consciousness, he gives you two options, like you can awake or you can keep dreaming or keep sleeping. And if you drink one of the pills, you awake, and if you drink the other pill, you awaken. And I think that the blue pill is the one that keeps you sleeping, and the red pill you awake, right? So right now I'm giving you two pills also in this podcast. The blue pill is basically a philosophy of life that is very similar to the thing that you are having today, the belief systems, the paradigms, the philosophies that you have today, in which, okay, life is just life, tasks are just tasks, assignments are just assignments, and that's it. Everything is normal, everything is average. There is no mission here, there is nothing mission like here. And you can drink that pill, and most of you will never use the idea that I will present today, sadly. And that's why you probably will not achieve extraordinary things in your life. I'm not saying that you will not achieve. I'm just saying extraordinary, because to achieve extraordinarily, you need to be extraordinarily. And you cannot be extraordinarily if you are drinking the blue pill, remaining sleeping, and remaining in your comfort zone in the same mindset. So, what is your alternative? Well, You throw out the blue pill and you drink the red one and you awake. And what you awake for? You may ask, well, you awake for the fact and the truth that you are on a mission in life. And you start proactively designing missions for your life, exactly as if you was Batman on a mission, Bruce Lee or on a mission, James Bond, Mega Man on a mission. Exactly as if you was a Navy SEAL on a mission. Now, my question for you, my dear friend, my wonderful Padawan, is what pill you will drink. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most transformative podcast in the world, the Mastermind Podcast Challenge. Season 2 with your host, James Bond, Batman like Dr. Derek Israel, and this is the episode 541. Maybe I'm a clinical psychologist, entrepreneur, and podcaster, and welcome to the show. We are every day, Monday through Friday, 4 a.m. approximately MST, transmitting live to my YouTube channel, Dr. Derek Israel, but also you can find this podcast in my Spotify station, Mastermind Podcast, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, SoundCloud, every platform that you like. So follow us and transform your life. Before we begin our podcast of today, just let me remind you that we are getting together in our Telegram group. It's an exclusive and free group. And basically, this week, I will be doing some episodes that are a direct request of the members of my group in Telegram. So if you want to become part of us in a more intimate way and to get to know people that are also growing with you without any economical cost for you, join our Telegram group. The link is in the description. You will have a lot of fun, and at the same time you will grow like hell. So what is to be or to live on a mission? You may ask, Derek, what the hell? You are not James Bond. I know. Derek, you are not Batman. Are you sure? I know. But what is this? What is to live on a mission? Well, my friend, this, as most of the episode, this is just a philosophy. All right. This is a mindset. This is a perspective that I want you to cultivate for the rest of your life. All right. This is something that you bring to the table. This is an approach that you bring to your life. This is a course of action, a certain procedure that you bring to life in order to have more energy, in order to have more success, in order to be more involved, in order to care more, in order to win more, in order to be more serious, in order to be more lethal, in order to materialize exactly what you determine in life, what is your life purpose, and exactly what makes you happy. for that, you need to live on a mission. So, what is this philosophy about? Well, this philosophy is about that in certain moments, not every day, but in certain moments that demands a certain series of complex tasks interrelated with each other. You can turn those interrelated tasks into a mission, into an identified mission that you will attack. So you are not only, for example, let's say a quick example, you are moving out from your apartment and you need to clean your apartment because you need to leave the apartment clean in order to not pay, right? I have been moving out for the last 5 years, every year one different place, so I know what I'm talking about. So you need to do that when you're moving out. You need to clean, right? And you need to organize and leave everything as it was. um so you can say, oh man, I need to clean, right? And to clean is a certain tasks, like you need to clean the kitchen, you need to clean the bathroom, you need to clean this and that. So there's certain tasks. So you can say, okay, I need to do that. Or you can say, okay, I have a mission. Look the difference. I have a mission that demands an absolute cleaning of my apartment, and that's it. So notice how those are different approaches, and the energy behind the mindset of the thing is very different. In the first one, I have a couple of tasks. I have to clean my house. It's like, oh man, I have to clean my house. What a dumb experience, blah blah blah. It's kind of a low energy approach. In the second approach, when you say, okay, I have a mission that I need to clean my house, notice how your energy in that moment get pretty serious. Notice how your energy get directed to a certain point. You know exactly what you need to do. You are telling that truth with seriousness, with determination, and you are basically ready to get that thing done. That is the difference between doing a task and doing a mission. So when you are doing a mission, you are up to something in your life. You are trying to accomplish something big. Now, that something may be not a great thing, like maybe, cleaning your house is not like a something that will change the entire history of the multiverse. Well, it will, but it's like it is not that significant, at least if we interpret in a very linear and causal way. If we interpret cleaning your house in a very non-linear multiversal way, well, we say is infinitely important, because maybe cleaning your house will make you to have certain thoughts that you will make them experiments, and then you will make $1 million, and because everything is non-linear and non-causal and everything is so interconnected in this second perspective, well, cleaning your house is extremely important. But if we go to a more simple way of thinking, like a linear kind of causal way of thinking, well, cleaning your house is like a banal task, a task that doesn't have a lot of importance. But that is only when you are not treating that task as a mission. If you treat it as a mission, it has the most importance in the universe, and you will perform at your greatest level. Because when you are on a mission, you have something great to accomplish, you have something serious to do. Most people, most people never are on missions. Most people are just studying in the university. They are not in a mission of graduating of that university, because they have another mission and another and another and another already in their head that they will accomplish. Most people, they're only married, right? They are only in a marriage. They are not on a mission with their wife or their husband to create the most spectacular marriage ever. Notice the difference. Most people are just having sex. They are not having a mission. They are not on a mission of stimulating extraordinary orgasms to their partner and achieving high degrees of sex magic and sex mysticism through the sexual pleasure in this example. Most people, they are just doing a workout. They are not doing a mission of transforming their entire bodies in order to reflect their current spiritual level with their current physical level. Notice the difference. It's a subtle difference. In one dimension, you are only doing the thing. In the other dimension, you are doing a mission, which includes the thing, but it's more than the thing. It is like a meta task. Meta means beyond. It is like a beyond the task. It is a mindset that is bigger than the task. That is to be on a mission. I could be with my daughter in the jumping park and I could, um, record some TikToks, but I was not doing that. I was on a mission. I was all in. I was concentrating every gram of my forces to have success, to succeed in that mission. And that is what separates children from adults, titans from gods, algorithms from artificial intelligences. That is what separates the common from the uncommon. And this podcast is all about you becoming uncommon. You see, that is what it's all about here. So the whole purpose of this podcast is that you adopt this mindset that in certain moments in your life, you need to establish a mission and you need to go all in like if you was on a real mission. Okay. So you may ask, okay, Derek, that sounds kind of weird, but sounds kind of cool. So I will be open for you, man. I will open my heart. I will hear your idea and maybe I will apply it. But tell me how I do it. What are the steps for me to design a mission and to accomplish the mission? What is the A, B, and C of this philosophy that you are presenting? Just give me a second because I need to stretch my shoulder. It's like I feel like a little bit today. My body is like having a general pain. I don't know if I'm getting sick or if the workouts are like getting into my body, but I feel like I don't feel perfect today. I feel like a weird, like a little bit of a pain in my body and a little bit of a headache. So yeah, I hope that I will be fine. But but okay, let's go. Let's go. So now I will tell you what I call the ultra important elements to achieve or to conquer or to succeed in your missions. All right. So let's go. The first element to have success in your missions in life is that you need to establish universal importance in your missions. Universal importance. So if you have been following my content for a while now, I want to ask you, what is universal importance? What do you think? What do you think is universal importance? And you may say, well, Derek, that is so obvious. Well, if it is universal, that means that it's a very big thing. It's a huge thing. When you are putting universal importance to a thing, Derek, you are putting all the importance in the world to that thing because it's universal. Ta-da! Oh, Derek, I am so smart. See, I follow all your content. I am learning so much. I am almost talking like you, Derek. Ha ha ha. You are wrong. You are wrong. Well, in a sense, you are right, but in a sense, you are wrong. When we are talking about universal importance, yes, we are talking about attributing a very powerful universal importance to a thing, like a very powerful importance to a thing. But also, when we are talking about a universal thing, we are talking about something that is indifferent to the thing. Like the universe doesn't care if you die tomorrow, right? If you see the whole universe in which every planet, or let's say every galaxy, is just a sand of a grain of sand, every galaxy. So just notice, if every galaxy is like that, every solar system will be like a small fraction of a grain of sand. And every planet, it is like a small fraction of that same grain of sand. And every country, it is a smaller fraction of that, and you are a smaller fraction of that. So if you, as a smaller fragment of the universe, just get wiped out, like you disappear, do you think that the universe care? Well, it doesn't care too much. So that is the divine paradox of being human. As Abraham Maslow used to say, famous psychologist, we are both gods and worms. We are both gods and worms. We have this divine nature in which everything is interconnected through our consciousness. And in that sense, if you are wiped out, the whole universe is wipe out because you are everything. But at the same time, you are nothing. And at the same time, you are just a small fraction of everything. And at the same time, if you are just wiped out, no one will care. Maybe your parents will cry a couple of days. Maybe your wife will cry a couple of days. And in 2 years, she will be with another man. Maybe your husband will, you know, continue his life normally without you. That is life. That is life. You are not important. And that is one of the episodes that I will be shooting in the future. It is called "You Are Not Special," and that is a philosophy that a very weird psychology taught me in the corrections. But anyways, so when we are talking about universal importance, we are talking about that the mission that you are establishing, you establish and you attribute to it a great amount of importance, but also in proportion to that, an exact amount of indifference and detachment. So I will give you an example in this park that I was. Okay, I was recording the TikTok videos, and for me, those TikTok videos were like the most important thing in the multiverse in that present moment. I was on a mission. But at the same time, if those videos no one care, if those videos no one see them, I need to remain indifferent also to that. I need to stay detached to the result because the mission demands universal importance, and that means that is completely important and completely unimportant at the same time. And notice how that gives you freedom. Let's say that you will take a very important exam in your college or in your university. Well, you are taking an exam or you are on a mission. If you decide that you are on a mission, well, all right, you are going in a mission, to kill that exam. So it's infinitely important that you kill that exam, that you prepare that you perform according to that mission. But at the same time, it is infinitely non-important if you just fail the whole exam. And that will release the anxiety of the whole process, because you have anxiety of performance whenever you are attributing more importance to the thing than the thing real that you are attributing more importance to the thing than the importance that the thing really has, that the inherent importance, the native importance. So when you are attributing more importance, you are self-sabotaging your own process, your whole process. So if you are indifferent to the thing, you have no anxiety. So being detached is a very good strategy when you are on a mission. Like, just think about a Navy SEAL. That's why most Navy SEALs are highly in psychopathy, because they must be. They must be. Because if they are about to shoot someone in the face in a mission and they hesitate, they die. They die. They cannot be attached to life, specifically to other humans being alive. And you say, man, that sounds horrendous. It is. War is horrendous. But this serves to illustrate the point. Like, if you are going on a mission, you need to be indifferent in order to maximize your performance. All right. Also, you need to get your mindset right. Like, everything that you need to do before a mission, you need to do it. What are those things? Well, establish self-confidence and becoming determined and becoming all the way to achieve that mission. So get your mindset right. This is the first part. You need to establish the mission, you need to establish the universal importance, and you need to establish your mindset. You need to go with your mindset right. Boxers, they know this. Boxers and UFC fighters know that half or more than the half of the fight, it is won before they are in the ring. It is won with eye contact. It is won with mental games. So if you don't have your mindset right, you will lose the battle that is going on before they are in the ring, when they are in the conferences rooms and when they are in the conference tours and in the promotion stuff. Though they are having dynamics right there of conflict. They are looking at each other, they are saying things, and if one of them doesn't have his mindset right, he's gonna lose in the ring, because he already lost before going into the ring. So get your mindset right before you embark on your mission. The second point is that you need to identify your measurable objectives. And this is a thing that I learned a lot in the ROTC of the Army of the United States when I was on training back in the day. Every time that we were about to go on a mission, and I was just a cadet. I was not a private soldier, or I have never been active duty, but I was trained as a cadet, and I was trained as a cadet of the United States Army. So when we were training, um we were training on missions. Like, every training in the army is a mission. And before you go to the mission, one of the things that I really like about the army is that they give you the exact objectives that you need to achieve in that mission. Like, everyone is in the same page. Every member of the team knows exactly how success looks like. But if you don't know how success looks like in your specific mission, how you will determine if you succeeded or not? That must be on place. You need to understand the objectives, and those objectives must be measurable. You need to be able to measure those objectives, to subtract objective data out of them. Why? Because then how the hell you will know if you succeed or not? You see. So let's say that you are going on to the gym one day and you say, all right, I'm not going to the gym today. I'm going on a mission to go to the gym. Notice you change the whole perspective. So now you are on a mission. All right. So you establish the universal importance and then you identify your objective. What is my objective of the gym today? Well, my objective is that I will give everything that I have today in the gym. I will not go, you know, almost all in. No, I will go all in. I will go all intensive in the gym today. Perfect. That is your objective, but how you can measure them? How can you measure that objective? Well, I know that after maybe three different exercises, I feel tired and my mind tell me you need to go now, right? But if that happened today, I will not go because I am on a mission of giving my all, my absolute best on the gym. So I will do, instead of three sets of exercises or three different type of exercises, I will do five. I will do five exercises today, different exercises, maybe three sets in each exercise. That is a lot. So by doing five, and by doing three sets in each one of them, and by doing 10 repetitions in each one of the sets, that is something that I can measure, and I am guaranteeing that I will do my best, that I will perform at my best in the gym, because I am measuring and I know what is my limit. Objectively, data wise, I know the number of my limit and I will establish a bigger number and I will achieve that and I will go for that. That is to identify your measurable objective. Always do this. Always try to measure your mission, because you need to track the progress on your mission. The next step to achieving success in your missions is you need to explore and allocate your resources. This is very important. Something that the Army also do very well. Before you go to a mission in the Army, a thing that we always used to do is that we need to check our bag, and we need to check our uniform, and we need to check the ammunition, and we need to check our gun, and we need to check that we have all the necessary resources to accomplish the mission. And not everyone in the team will have the same resources. Notice, maybe one of the guys will have a radio because he's the radio man, but maybe the other guy will have the medical kit because he's the medical, and maybe the other man will have a very big kind of assault weapon, and another one will have maybe a submachine gun, a smaller, and maybe one will have an RPG to destroying tanks, and maybe the other one will have, I don't know, uh more grenades. So what I'm trying to say is that not everyone in the team will have the same resources. Why? Well, because you need to allocate resources strategically in order to achieve the mission, in order to succeed in the mission. If everyone has the same resources, then everyone have the same weaknesses. I will repeat this. This is very important. This is a quote. If everyone has the same resources, then everyone has the same weaknesses. All right. So you need to distribute very well the resources in order to balance the powers and to achieve maximum power as the whole, in this specific case of the squad and the army. So you need to say, okay, what are the resources that I have to achieve this mission? For example, in the gym example, well, I have energy. I slept very good yesterday, so I have that resource. I have motivation. I have my phone. I have Spotify that I can put my favorite music of my favorite motivational podcast, the Mastermind podcast, hopefully. My favorite podcast in my ear, and that will give me motivation. I have my trainer, that is a resource. I have these weights. I have this other machine. I have water. I have this. Those are resources. In the jumping park example, well, I have my cell phone. That is a resource. I have my TikTok download. I have a 40K audience on my TikTok that I can reach. That is a resource. I have these trampolines. I have these balls. I have this basket. I have my wife that she can record me instead of me recording myself. So notice I was already thinking about what I have and how I can use the best that I have and how I can maximize the effect of what maximize the effect with the things that I already have. That is basically being efficient, resource efficient. And you need to be resourceful in your missions. And I have an episode that is called, resourcefulness. It's on Spanish. The title is on English. I think it's in Spanish. Yeah, resourcefulness. If you understand English, go to my YouTube channel and search for that. So after you establish your universal importance, and after you identify your measurable objectives, and after you explore and allocated your resources right, what you need to do? Well, you need to establish maximum concentration. And this is where most people fail. Sadly, this is where most people fail. Why? Because people get distracted so easily. Man, you need to see me when I'm on a mission that is in another country. Like when I'm going to a mission of maybe a business mission. I was in a business mission last week. That's why I did all of those shortcuts that I hope that you enjoyed. If you haven't enjoyed those shortcasts, please go to my YouTube channel and watch, the episode 537, 538, 39, and 40. Those 4 shortcasts are just only 4 or 3 minutes long. They are very short. That is what they are called, shortcasts. And you can just, eat them in one session, and they are pretty cool. So when I went in that trip, I was on a business mission, and man, everyone in the airplane, they are like, they are sleeping, they are low energy, but hey, I was on a mission, right? So I was in the airplane like this, like straight, all focus, looking to the front, maybe sometimes reading a book, maybe sometimes doing something, but I was concentrated. I was picturing in my mind exactly how I will achieve the mission. I am not distracting. Notice, I am not distracting. Someone that used to be like that also, because he knew that he was always on a mission, was Kobe Bryant. If you read the Kobe Bryant book, I think it is called The Mamba Mindset or something like that. It was an excellent book. You just Google Kobe Bryant self-published book and you will, reach the book. And he used to tell in that book that whenever he was about to go in a game, when he was in the bus, sometimes he took a nap, but sometimes he was just, you know, rehearsing in his mind how he will achieve his mission. And he was putting himself in an emotional state that it was a resource. Emotions can be resources. So he was putting himself in an emotional state that will guarantee the best of his performance. He was concentrated before the game. We are not talking about him in the game, but we know that in every game, Kobe was on a mission, right? If you see his highlights, he's always focused and he's not playing games. A lot of NBA players, they're like, yeah, I am just chilling here, J.R. Smith kind of lifestyle and play style. Like he's like, yeah, I'm here, but I am I will throw the ball, but blah blah. He's not all in. Sometimes, sometimes he was all in, but if you see J.R. Smith a couple of games, specifically when he was with the Knicks, he was kind of loosey. Like, okay, I don't care. Kobe, he was never like that. Never. He was always on a mission. Always on a mission. Notice the difference between being a J.R. Smith versus being a Kobe Bryant in concentration, in mindset, not only in skill, but I'm referring more in mindset and in determination. So that is the type of concentration that I want you to put together when you are on a mission. The next step is that you need to be ready to improvise and to adapt. James Bond, you see his movies, he's always adapting, he's always on a trap. Like, you have this mission, you have this plan, you know the objectives, you know how you will do it, you are in the right mindset. But let me tell you, as Mike Tyson used to say, everyone has a plan until what? Until you get punched in the mouth. Everyone has a plan, said Mike Tyson, former heavyweight champion of the world on boxing. Everyone has a plan until you get punched in the mouth, and you will get punched every time on a mission. You will get punched, because entropy is a thing, and I have an episode on Spanish that is called entropía. Look at entropy is the chaotic element of existence. And the chaotic and unpredictable element will tell you, obviously, hey, 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 you have everything planned. Merry Christmas, but here is reality. Boom. Right? So in an example of last week, like I was in the airport going to this business mission, and I had to take two airplanes, two flights, different flights to get to my destination. And both of my flights were delayed. Both. One was delayed like 3 hours, and the second one was delayed like 1 hour and a half. What can I do, about it? Nothing. I only can improvise and adapt. And I did. So I want you to think about, maybe in a moment in your life in which you was doing something very important, and then life just throw at you a curve, or throw at you something that or threw at you something that you was not expecting. Did you improvise then? Did you got original, creative, or you was like crying all the way? You was like, oh man, I cannot stand this. I was not expecting this, blah, 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 what I will do. Hey, don't be like that, man. You're on a mission. You don't have time to cry. You don't have time to cry. You only have time to execute with maximum concentration. That is your responsibility, and that is your commitment. That is what is personal development all about. Maximum concentration and adaptation. Organisms that do not adapt, organisms that die because they are not on a mission. All right. The next step is that you need to execute flawlessly. My friend, you need to execute flawlessly. In my mind comes, I don't know if you saw the movie, but there's a couple of movies about the Bin Laden mission when the Navy SEALs, um, if I am not mistaken, they were Navy SEALs. Now I am kind of thinking they were Navy SEALs, but let's say that they were. You know, when the United States uh military killed Osama bin Laden, there were like six of them, six soldiers, elite soldiers, that went to that building or to that house, and you can see the movies about this. And man, they didn't miss a shot. Yes, they crashed on a helicopter, and that is the entropy element. You know, they suffer some accidents in the way, but they didn't have any friendly casualties. None of them die in that mission, although they have, you know, fire combat, and they basically killed everyone. They cleaned the house, including Osama bin Laden. Mission accomplished, and they, you know, retreat after that. So they went and execute flawlessly. They went and they got the job done. And that is what I want you to do in your life. When you are on a mission, get the job done. Get the job done flawlessly. Get the job done. You know who is a very good example of this? Mayweather. Mayweather, he was not fighting only. He was not boxing. He was on a mission. What was his mission? Well, his mission was to be the greatest of all time, to be the GOAT. I have an episode that is called How to Be the Greatest of All Time. If you're interested in the philosophy of being the GOAT, the greatest of all time. So every battle that Floyd Mayweather Jr. had in his career, it was a mission, and he went and he executed flawlessly most of the time. Now he received some punches. He has some controversial fights. Like for example, if you Google Mayweather versus Castillo one, Mayweather versus Castillo one, that fight is a very controversial fight. Most people see Mayweather losing that fight. Also, another controversial fight was with Maidana, the first one. The first one. So yeah, he has to improvise, but most of the time, he went and he did the job with Manny Pacquiao, for example, one of the greatest or more expected fights of the world on history. Just watch the fight, man. He just went and he outperformed Manny Pacquiao and he retreated. That's it. He went and performed effort flawlessly. Also, if you see the fight versus Canelo Alvarez, we know that Canelo Alvarez may be right now in this year, 2022, the most pound per pound, the better boxer in the world right now. He may be, and he probably is. But if you see he's only lost it with Floyd Mayweather. And if you see that fight, you can see the masterpiece of Floyd Mayweather just executing flawlessly. He had a plan and he executed flawlessly. That is a good example of how I want you to perform. The next step is you need to actively gather essential info or information to or for other missions. Like when you are on a mission, you are not only in that mission. You know that that is only a submission of a greater mission, and that other mission is a submission of a greater and a greater and a greater and a greater mission in an infinite network of missions. So the knowledge that you gather in your missions, that knowledge, it cannot stay local. You need to decentralize that knowledge and to apply that knowledge into your whole model in your mind, in the model that you have of reality, because that information that you are gathering in this mission will help you not only to succeed in this mission, but in future missions as well. That we call learning. This is active learning, and you need to be actively learning. Like when you are on a mission, you can say, okay, I did this right now. Didn't work. Never do it again. Like have these dialogues in your mind because you are getting better and better and better. You are a better agent every time you go on a mission. Like, for example, if you're a businessman or a woman, you know that you negotiate every day, like with clients and also with business partners. And every deal that you negotiate, it's a different universe. Like every deal is different, but you can learn something of every deal. You can learn a way to close the client, or a phrase to say, or a keyword to say, or maybe about timing, or maybe about boundaries, or maybe about, setting a higher price next time, or a lower price next time. You can always learn something about every deal that you can then use that imperative information to maximize the closing of successful future deals. So take this in mind. The next step, do not forget to smell the flowers, drink the pina colada, and at least give a kiss. And you may say, what? Yeah, man, don't forget to drink the pina colada. Yeah, I'm saying you need to be maximum concentrated, but don't forget to be a lover. Also, baby, you know, when you are on a mission, yeah, you are incarnating the warrior archetype. I have an episode that is called El Arquetipo del Guerrero, the warrior archetype in Spanish. If you want to search more information about this, just, go to my YouTube channel, the El Arquetipo del Guerrero. But if you're only a warrior, it will be a very, very bored mission, and it will lack substance and it will lack love. So when you are on a mission, don't forget about stopping sometimes and just ask for a pina colada. Like, I will give you an example. Maybe you are on a mission of, you are a FBI. This is just an extreme example. You are an FBI and you are on a mission of arresting this certain drug dealer. It's a big drug dealer, and you are in a beach and you are pursuing this drug dealer. You are running this drug dealer, and the drug dealer is running away from you, and you are in the beach both running. I will catch you. And the drug dealer is, no, you will never catch me. And then you see a spot of a pina colada type of a store, like a store in the beach, of a guy, a shop of a guy just selling pina colada. You have two choices. You can continue pursuing the drug dealer, or you can stop and say, hey, give me a pina colada. Here's the money. Oh, so delicious. Let me eat the cherry. Oh my goshi. Oh my goshi. This is so good. All right. Then you can throw away the glass, please, in a bag, and then you can continue running to get the drug dealer. Obviously, this is a metaphor. If you do that in the real life, the drug dealer will get away, right? But this is just a metaphor of, hey, I don't care what are you pursuing in your mission. Do not forget to sometimes just stop and enjoy. Smell the flowers. Oh my God. Give a kiss. When you see these movies about missions, James Bond, Batman, they always fall in love. Why? Because one, the mission is unpredictable and the love element is unpredictable, so you don't know if in your missions you will fall in love. But also, this happens because when the people that are writing the movies and the stories, they want a growth. They want growth from the character. They don't want to finish the movie in the same growth as it began, because if not, we didn't have a movie, right? So the character needs to grow. So the character not only grow by achieving the mission, but also he can grow if he falls in love, because he connected with the love consciousness. So always they will put an element of a woman or a man in there, just to also expand that character dimension of love. And that is the dimension of enjoying life. So that is a very important element. So fall in love, maybe not with someone, maybe with an experience, maybe with a type of art, maybe with a music, with a specific song. I will tell you something. In this business trip that I was on last week, I was on a mission. So I was very concentrated. I was maximum concentrated. But I didn't forget about smelling the flowers. So one thing that I did is I said, I will not rent a car and I will try to not take Uber so much. So what can I do? Well, I will rent a bicycle. And I rent a bicycle. And I was in the whole trip running a bicycle. And that was my primary medium of transportation. And I was doing that because a bicycle gave me the opportunity of stay concentrated, but also I was smelling the flowers. I was feeling the air in my face, the wine, when I was running the bicycle. And then in one time I was very near to a beach, and I saw the sun, and I did the sun gazing technique. That is a technique that I showed you in an episode that is called sun gazing. Look that episode, man. It's gonna be life transforming for you. Mastermind podcast. Sun gazing is the art and the practice of looking at the sun, and to have enlightenment experiences by looking at this astonishing star. So I was so concentrated in the mission, but I stopped just to see the sun, the how do you say that, the sun, sunshine. Yeah, yeah, to see the sunshine, man. I just stopped like 10 minutes, and I did a video there. I will be uploading that video in my YouTube channel in a couple of days. So I did that, and then I went in my bicycle again, and I continue my mission. But I stopped to see the sun. Don't forget about the love. Don't forget about the piña colada. Man, that is so cool, a piña colada. Anyways, the next point is that you need to close the deal with legendary clutch. This is the art of being a closer. This is the art of being clutch. Like, for example, Michael Jordan, he was a master of doing this. Michael Jordan, he was not playing a game. He was on a mission. In every game, he was on a mission. And specifically when he was 10 seconds away of ending the game, then he became clutch. Then he became more lethal, because when the time it is more important, when the time is more crucial, more essential, that is when you need to become more lethal. Don't become more weak, become more penetrating in the last moments of your mission until you close the deal. So many people give everything they have until the last segment of the mission, and in the last segment of the mission they are all burned out, and they are like, oh, I don't have the power, man. No, man, Every mission, you need to develop more power while you are giving more and more and more. You need to become the perpetual motion machine. I have an episode on English that is called You Are the Perpetual Motion Machine. Hear that episode. Well, that is basically a philosophy of creating energy every time that you create energy. So it's energy that creates more energy. That is the law of expansion. That is the law of expansion. So if you want to really expand, you need to be clutch, because then you will never close the deal. You will never close the deal. And you need to be flexible in your clutch also. You cannot depend only on one weapon. For example, Michael Jordan could end the game with a three-pointer, with a jump shot, with a penetration, with a free throw. He has different resources in which he can be the clutch. What was the problem with Wilder? I don't know if you're a fan of boxing, but I'm a little bit of a fan of boxing. And Wilder, he was one of my favorite fighters. And Wilder, if you look, how his name? What is his name? His name is Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder. So if you are watching my screen, will is this guy? If you just go and YouTube him, just watch him fight. This guy was a phenomenon. He's a phenomenon. He still is. And basically, this guy can kill you with one punch. That's it. He doesn't have a lot of boxing skills. He doesn't have a lot of stamina. All right. But this guy, if he cocked you with a punch, you are done. Like this guy, he has weapons with his arms. But that is his strength. And also, that is his weakness. Because if he cannot give the last punch, he doesn't have any other resources to win the fight. So that's why the actual champion right now, his name is Fury. Fury won, like they fought like 3 times, I think. They fought 3 times, and all the times Fury won the fight. I don't know if they got one that was a tie. I think that they have a tie. I don't remember. But Fury never lost. Why? Well, let me tell you why. Because Fury is more versatile than Wilder. Fury have different type of clutch. Fury can knock you out, but also he can box. He can box. He can move. So that is what you need to be. You need to be a clutch, but not only with one weapon. You need to have an arsenal of different ways in which you can close a thing, different strategies in which you can close the thing, achieve your mission. And one of the final points or steps is that you need to evaluate your post mission information and subtract wisdom. One of the things that we did in the army, after we finished the mission, we all get together and we said, okay, what went wrong? What we did bad? What we did good? What went good? What we can repeat? What did you learn about your teammate? What did you learn about yourself? What did you learn about your weapon? And we have this reflection, this collective reflection that gave us perspective and more effective information for a future mission. So after you finalize your mission, I don't care if you succeeded or you failed. Sometimes you will succeed, sometimes you will fail. That's part of, being on a mission. But I want you to reflect and to introspect on that in order to have a better perspective and a better knowledge and more intelligence for a future mission. And the last point, but not least important, is that you need to rest and repeat. Rest and repeat. Repeat what? Well, repeat the mission, repeat the process, repeat going on another mission. But resting is important. That's why when you see the James Bond movies or these agents movies, most of the time in the beginning, they are like in an Iceland. They are having fun. They are tranquil. They are not on a mission. They are in their house. They are watching television. They are good until something happened. Until a terrorist, I don't know, stole a nuclear weapon, and then someone called and say, "Hey, you are on a mission," right? And then the movie start. But before that, most of the time, they are resting because probably they were, in a mission a couple of days before. So they are resting. So don't forget that part. Don't forget the part in which you are doing nothing, because then you will go to another mission and the cycle will repeat. So, ladies and gentlemen, officially, you are on a mission in your life. So, use this philosophy every time from now on. Use all these steps, and I guarantee that you will succeed more often than not. This was Dr. Derek Israel. Remember that you can support this podcast on Patreon and you can receive exclusive content if you donate only $5 per month. Yes, you can donate only $5 per month and you can receive exclusive content on Patreon. And also, I will be launching in the next few days a special offer on my course about self love. So I already have that course on Spanish, but now I'm launching the English version of it in a special offer. So stay tuned to all my social media and stay tuned to the Mastermind podcast to take advantage of that extraordinary offer. I see you at derekisrael.com. Here you can, access every course that I have, the books that I will be launching, my services, and don't forget leaving a comment with your thoughts and sharing this episode with your friends. And I wish you a lot of success in your future